Alright guys, today I'm going to be reacting to an old Tom Macdonald song. One I haven't seen the video on. I think maybe I heard the song, it's been a while, it's been a long time, I don't even remember it. Let's get into it.
Satisfying you while I keep bleeding. I don't know why you act like you innocent.
Alright, so we're going to be reacting to Tom Macdonald, Exposure. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
Yeah. Let me break it down for every single doubter. You're afraid of what I'm doing, you're a coward. All your favorite rappers doing downers, and you make them feel empowered till they're fertilizing soil, pushing flowers. Yeah, what the Lil Wayne, Rick Ross, and 2 Chainz all have in common? They make a living off gangster rap, but they all went to college. It's all just marketing strategy, so you empty your wallet, endorsing vodka to make a buck and make you alcoholics. They make you stupid with Xanax, they make you broke with designers. They use the music to confuse the youth and influence minors. Isn't it funny how these rappers went from fighting to power to buy a gun and sell some drugs in just a matter of hours, to turn the students to felons that just get fed to the system? Cause there are people making fortunes off of privatized prisons. They objectify women till they are all that you crave, so you don't realize there's more to life.
That's facts. The objectifying women part, it's ridiculous. Seriously, it's ridiculous. Like, if I had a daughter, which I don't, I have 2 sons, wanted a daughter, but fate would have it, I would want her to respect herself.
Life than just getting laid. You think you're happy, but you're really just so caught in the game that you don't realize you're wasting all your money to play. They give you rappers with rainbow hair who wear clothes like your girlfriend to emasculate the men that emulate all the urban trends. Got you wearing pretty dresses.
Seriously though, it is ridiculous. Like, I don't know how we got here. I mean, actually, I do know how we got here. It was the 60s and the hippie movement. And then the hippie movement led into LBJ, which was, he was literally the worst president ever. Second only to Biden. And here's why. LBJ had to sign the Civil Rights Act, right? Well, in doing that, he had to figure out a way to get the black vote, right? So what he did is he signed the Civil Rights Act, but then he did absolutely nothing for black communities. He had to try and figure out a way to get the black vote, right? Well, signing the Civil Rights Act, that's a big plus in the right direction. Doesn't mean he's still not racist. Just means that he's trying to figure out how to make his party win now that the population of voters has just gone up. Right? So, what he did is he started just kind of pandering to the black vote. Pandering. Like, literally just telling them whatever they want to hear to shut them up. And that continued through every other Democratic president. Every one of them. Think about it, right? Obama, who is an African American, did 8 years as president, did nothing for the black communities. Nothing. There's still ghettos. There's still schools that are just awful for children of color. He didn't do anything. Literally, Michelle Obama did more for schools than Obama did, and she failed too. There was more people sending their children to school with lunches than there were before, ever. Bill Clinton went on a TV show and played saxophone to get the black vote. Pandering. Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton gave money to Haiti Haiti didn't see the money. They built a warehouse in the middle of Haiti. Nobody knows what was in the warehouse. But they built a warehouse and pocketed the rest of the money. They don't care about the African Americans. They don't. They're the racists. Facts are facts.
And hills and popping pills like you really know how depression can feel. Y'all some posers, dying for acceptance and exposure, trying to be the rapper.
That's also why I honestly believe that Kennedy was killed by one of our own. Yes, Lee Harvey Oswald probably took a shot. Yes, it probably was a paid job to take the shot. But in the end, it was one of our Secret Service that put that last bullet in his head. One of our Secret Service, CIA, FBI, whatever. He was shot in the head by us. Because he was meant to die that day at Dealey Plaza. Dealey Plaza. Alright? And the reason for that is, had he not died, we would have never went to Vietnam. Ever. Right? And why did we want to go to war? Our economy booms when we were at war. Why do you think we were in Afghanistan and Iraq for so long? And the second we leave, our economy crashes. What? But mostly that's because the Biden administration and the Democrats have no idea how to run a country, especially when it comes to green energy, which all they're doing is forcing people to go out and have to spend money to buy electric cars that the batteries are from China, right? Think about it. We're relying on China for batteries. And then, what do they do with the batteries when they die? They're not recyclable. They're going to start dumping them in the ocean like China does? Maybe fill a hole in the ground that leaks out? So what are you doing for the earth, the atmosphere? What are you doing for it? Ooh, our atmosphere is doing better, but our ground is radioactive and we can't drink the water anymore. Y'all are dumb.
Rappers on the posters, all I hear is new chain, big house, fast cars, so boring. And all of that is lies, man, it's so corny. Death threats coming every other day for me, but I don't believe a word of is ghost stories. Hi, my name is Tom Macdonald, welcome to the show. If you are easily offended, then you probably should go.
Agreed. If you're easily offended, you probably shouldn't watch my channel, because I'm not going to filter what I say. It's ridiculous that people are having to sit inside this little box of censorship just because somebody's feelings might get hurt. Seriously, grow the fuck up. We're adults.
Solution of losers who my new music is triggered, and just 1 million views on YouTube, it's too big, middle fingers. I don't apologize or compromise, I quantify the figures, cause I'm optimized for making a killing and getting bigger. Had the fire all along, I needed fuel and a flicker to light the fuse to the mixture of the rumors and liquor. They got nothing else to do but try to cut me with scissors, but what's a blade to a building made out of iron and pillars? Go ahead and cry me a river, cause I've been dying to go swimming, and I'm designed to find it funny when they whine cause I'm winning. I just tell the truth, it's up to you to love or dismiss it. I'm just pointing out what I've...
It's my point to try and find the truth. And when you have to go to other countries' news sources to get U.S. news that's not biased, you're fucked up. Your country is fucked up. We have biased news. You know what that means? Another word for it is propaganda news. You know who else had propaganda news? The Nazis. They owned the media. Democrats own the media. Not saying they're Nazis, but they're pretty darn close. Hate it or love it. Just saying.
Feel like the game has been missing. And every time I open my mouth up, you get offended. You say the talk is cheap, but then you act like it's expensive. You can't afford to speak your mind, afraid you'll get rejected by some strangers on the internet whose lives are all pathetic. I was surrounded by people who just pretend to be down, and then I blew up off a record, no one's friends with me now. I've realized that my potential's so intensely profound that there was bound to be some haters getting caught in the crowd. I won't apologize for anything I said or I'll say.
I will not apologize. Will not. Doesn't matter if you're family, doesn't matter if you're friends. If your feelings get hurt, sorry. That's the way it is. Get over it.
If you're allergic to opinions, you should just walk away. Don't give a shit about your arguments and your complaints. I'd love to have you in my audience, just know it isn't safe. White people are the biggest on the planet, but even still, I swear I'm sick to death of hearing it.
Right? Just because I'm white, I'm evil now? I guess? I mean, seriously. They've divided us to the point where we can't even be friends anymore. You know how messed up that is? Think about it. Who keeps pushing this narrative? The Democrats do. I mean, come on.
You're not a model, you're a waitress, and the man taking your picture is a pervert with a camera and no photography experience. You cry about gorillas getting shot inside a zoo.
That's actually pretty funny. Like, if you think about it, imagine if you were a model and you're waiting for a photo shoot or whatever. A janitor walks by and he's like, watch this. He runs in there and he tells him, "Hey, I'm the person that's supposed to shoot pictures." So she strips down, gets all ready for her shoot, whatever. And dude's over there with his camera phone. Just like, click. Okay, now spread them. Click. Just say it would be pretty funny.
And then take photos on your phone when someone's dying next to you. Y'all only care about each other if it means you'll get some views. And you can say that I'm a but what I say is just the truth. There's a disconnect between the things you feel and what's said, cause you're afraid of what they'll think, so you don't say what you meant.
Shapiro said it best. Facts don't care about your feelings. There's a difference between hate speech and speech that you hate. Just saying, grow up.
Being true to myself means that I'll lose the respect. Then I'll stand my ground like both my feet are stuck in cement. I was raised to keep my feelings, thoughts, and words all consistent. If you're censoring your heart, then what's the reason for living? I don't need their approval to validate my position, and I don't need to be accepted, never asked for permission. They attacked me from behind and tried to silence the vision. Tried to kill me with fire, and from the ashes I...
My own family does that. They alienate people in our family that walk, talk, and act as I do. Literally, I have family members that will not talk to me, will not engage with me at all, just because of my political views. And whose fault is that? Not just the Democrats, it's the Republicans too. They both do it. They both have decided to divide us. What we need to do is come together and look at them and say, enough's enough. Shut your mouth. We elected you. You work for us. It's not the other way around. This is not a dictatorship. This is a democracy. You're out. We're going to put somebody else in. Biden, you just need to stop talking, bro. Like, every word you say, nonsense. Makes no sense. And Harris is worse. We're here to talk about talking and how important the Constitution is for talking. You know what I mean? And talking is very important to the people while we talk, because talking creates communication, and communication comes from talking. Yeah. Yeah, it does. I'm glad we've covered that. Glad you cleared that up for me.
I've risen, my motivation won't expire. I don't get tired, I get driven. If they don't like it, then they're not required to comment or listen. They just hide behind their keyboards trying to find the ambition to go make something of their life while they die for attention.
Loved it. That was amazing. Oh, once again, 10 out of 10 for Tom. I love the fact that we finally have a rapper, and there's more and more kind of sneaking out of the woodwork now, that do not have a problem with offending people, aren't so much worried about the money aspect of it and more of the, I guess you could say, emotional aspect and intellectual aspect of it. Like, they want to make you think, if that makes sense. And for me, some of the stuff in his videos that he's talked about has made me think, you know. And then I go back and I do research on it. And I find out really what the truth is, right? And the government at this point is trying to change history books because they might offend people. We were offended for a reason. That's why we did something about it. What happened to the people that got pissed and would go just do something about it? Right? You don't like your outcome, change the outcome. Seriously, it's that simple. We have a constitution that says so. So I've been sitting here racking my brain, trying to figure out why there's so many people that are educated but not educated. Like, there are people out there that can't tell you who we fought in World War II, but think they're qualified to talk to us about the economy and tell me how I'm supposed to think. Doesn't seem right to me that just because you went to a college that has a better name, you're somehow smarter than me. I never went to college. I went straight to work right out of high school. Does that mean you're smarter than me? Not at all. Matter of fact, I'm probably smarter than you. Because I had to struggle. I had to hustle to get money. You, on the other hand, come out of college because your professors babied you and pandered to you and cowered to you. You're not going to have as good a time. You're not. It's not like magically you come out of college and they just hand you a 6-figure job and say, here's your job. Congratulations on being brainwashed. It's not like that. Some people will go to a 4-year prestigious college, come out and be a janitor because that's the first thing they got. Or turn down a job just because they think they're better than that. Oh, I went to Harvard. I'm not going to sweep floors. Bruh, it's your first job. What'd you think? You got out of college, you were just going to be a CEO of some company? Sorry, it's not like that. You got to start at the bottom and work your way up. I just got to jump on that. You can sit here and make paychecks, but I'm still probably going to make more than you just because I worked, and I worked for it. I did the jobs that I didn't want to do. I mean, shoot, I packed trailers at UPS for a while. Think I wanted to do that? Nah. It's because that was a job that I had to do in order to take care of my wife. She didn't want to work. She went out and got a job. And I told her that when I got a job, she wouldn't have to work anymore. Because that's on me. I am the man in this relationship. If you don't want to work and you're married to me, I'm not going to force you to go to work. If you want to work, cool. I don't have a problem with that. I ain't some misogynistic asshole. All I'm saying is that I'm more traditional, so I wanted my wife to stay home with our kids. She didn't want to work. Worked out in my favor. Got what I want. Right? She stays home with the kids, is a wonderful mother. I have nothing bad to say about her. And I provide for my family. Now, times got tough in the last couple years because I've had some medical issues. But for the most part, I've done my job in providing for this family. In one way or another, I've done that job. And I'm proud of that every day. We struggled. Don't get me wrong. We have struggled. Luckily, I've had the support of my family and people that know what I'm going through to help me get through this. Anyway, I guess my rant has lasted longer than expected. I love doing this video. I had so much fun doing it. I hope that you guys had fun watching it. Yes, I go off on tangents. It's kind of my thing. Some of my friends like it. Some of my friends like it. So if you liked it, come on back. Hit the subscribe button. Hit that like button. I have no idea. You can see how new I am. I'm just pointing at things. Right? Because I have no idea where the button actually is on the screen. Click on something down here that says subscribe. If you could, that'd be great. And then another button that's, I think it's like right there, that says like. And then if you want to go to my Patreon page, I have a Patreon page now that's all set up and ready to go. Is if you go to my Patreon page right now and you subscribe, join. If you go to my Patreon page and you join, 50% of the earnings that I make from my Patreon page will be sent right on to Wounded Warrior Project. And they need our help, guys. They need our help. They have been forgotten by our government. And it's horrifying to see how many veterans come back disfigured and mentally broken. And our government just sits them in a room, they watch a video, and kicks them out. We need to do something about it. And we can start here with me. If you want to. Not forcing you to. Just trying to lay a little guilt on you. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm not guilting you into anything. I'm not trying to force you to do anything. But even if it's not with me, go out and support the Wounded Warrior Project if you can. So also, guys, I'm doing a giveaway, and this prize is if you're a member on my Patreon, I'll be giving away this here 90s gem, the Tomo Hogachahi. I know what it's actually called. I'm just saying it's pretty freaking cool. Brand new in box. I would have killed for one of these when I grew up. I got the substandard, what was it, pocket Digimon thing. It was not the Tamagotchi. I wanted name brand. Anyways, guys, we'll see you all next time, and I appreciate your you coming out to see me. Have a good one.
'Cause I just don't know something in your eyes, the way you stare me that I like. I wanna let you go, but it's like something holds me tight. You might break my heart.